What's up YouTube, it's the one and only Yugi Penguin. Boys and girls, if you haven't already seen already from your favourite Yugi tubers, allow me to bring my deck profile for Dark Magicians, August 2018. If you haven't seen the latest version of this deck, there's a few new cards in the deck that is quite broken. I know I released one just last month, but we're going to get into the new deck profile, the more updated deck profile, and I really hope you enjoy it. So if you do, then please click the like button, please hit the subscribe button also for more epic Yu-Gi-Oh content and new gaming series on my channel, which I can't wait to show you, which is lately is the We Happy Few mini series that I'm making. And please click the notification bell so you'll never miss an upload from me. Anyway, enough of me talking, even though I'm going to be talking about the cards. Let's get into the video. We start with the main monster himself, Dark Magician. Obviously you need Dark Magician to run this deck. It is a Dark Magician deck. Very self-explanatory. I love the artwork on these cards. I am running 3. I am then running 2 Magician of Dark Illusion, which is also basically a Dark Magician when it's on the field, and you get to use one of these effects once per turn of Magician of Dark Illusion. So during your opponent's turn, if you activate a spell or trap, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. Very good if you have Dark Magical Circle on the field, because he is a Dark Magician on the field, Dark Magical Circle kicks in and you can banish a monster or any card on the field actually. And if you activate a spell or trap while this card is face up on the field and a Dark Magician is in your graveyard, you can special summon it. So very good card also. Then I am running triple Apprentice Illusion Magician. Nothing has changed on the ratio for them. You can just discard one card and special summon her, and then her effect allows you to bring a Dark Magician to your hand. And if another spellcaster you control is battling while this card is on the field, you can actually tribute it off and actually raise its level by raise its attack by 2000, which is more than enough to get over your opponent's cards. So very good card indeed. Brand new card of the deck is Cosmo Brain. Fantastic new card. Let's go into it together. It is a level 7 spellcaster, which is also very good. So it cannot be normal summoned or set. Must first be special summoned by sending one non-effect monster from your hand or face up on the field to the graveyard. So it works with really good synergy, especially designed for Dark Magician. So you will tribute off your Dark Magician. You can special summon Cosmo Brain, and then you actually gain the attack and defense times 200 of the level. So you would gain, I'd say 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 1200 attack you'd actually gain because of level 7 Dark Magician. And obviously if you have Eternal Soul on the field, you can just bring it back the Dark Magician anyway. So you'd have 2 level 7s for really good play right there. So Cosmo Brain at 2 is more than enough and sufficient for the deck. Then I am running triple Magician's Rod, one of the best cards in the deck in my opinion, because it searches all your necessary spells and trap cards. So Dark Magical Circle, Eternal Soul, and Magician's Navigation. Just remember that anything like Dark Magical Circle or Magician's Rod cannot search out Eye of Timaeus because of the card's text, because it doesn't say Dark Magician monster, it just says Dark Magician in its text, so you cannot bring Eye of Timaeus to the hand. And I've tried that numerous times, and we've had a lot of confusion, let's say, with people on the channel telling me that you can bring Eye of Timaeus. You cannot bring Eye of Timaeus from your hand to from the deck to your hand. The next card in the deck, broken card, Mana Dragon Zernatron, which came out in the new Cybernetic Horizon booster box not too long ago. So if a spell or trap you control leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, which might happen quite a lot, and is now in the graveyard or banished, you can special summon this card from your hand. Even if there was a, wait, I can't even read it properly. If it was there when that spell or trap card left, or even if not. So then you can set one spell or trap that is banished in your graveyard to your spell and trap zone. So basically it is recycling your cards. It's so good. This is why I'm only running certain cards at a certain ratio, because Mana Dragon Zernatron is actually bringing cards back from the graveyard and or banished. So he is a fantastic card, and I really recommend that you run that. Next up, I am playing the one Spellbook Magician of Prophecy. It's all you really need when normal summoned or flip face up. You add a Spellbook spell from your deck to your hand, so that would be Spellbook of Secrets or Spellbook of Knowledge, which I will show you in just a moment. And last but not least, for the monsters, I round off with 2 Droll and Lopbirds, because you want to show your opponent's draw powers. Next up for the spell cards, I only play double Dark Magical Circle now, because I was talking about Mana Dragon Zernatron. I kind of play this way too much. Sometimes you have multiple in your hand, and I really don't want Dark Magical Circles to be played multiple times. So I'll play only 2 and hope to use Mana Dragon Zernatron to actually recycle the Dark Magical Circles, which is more than sufficient enough. Play the 1 Terraforming. I'll show you why I only play 1 Terraforming. I play 2 Secret Village of the Spellcaster. So if you control a Spellcaster monster, your opponent cannot activate spell cards. But if you control no Spellcaster monsters, you cannot activate spell cards. You'll always probably be controlling a Spellcaster monster. It's not a problem at all. Spellbook engine, in my best opinion, is just 2 obs. So 2 Spellbook of Secrets, 2 Spellbook of Knowledge. More than enough. It's for your draw power. 1 Eye of Timaeus. A lot of people play 2, I just prefer the 1, because once you bring out Dark Magician the Dragon Knight from your extra deck, and even if he leaves the field, you can always bring him back with Eternal Soul, because he's a Dark Magician on the field and in the graveyard. So Dark Magic Inheritance to recycle more spells that are in your graveyard, and then Dark Magic Attack, and then last but not least, for the 1-offs on spell cards, the 1 Scapegoat to go into your Firewall. Hopefully it doesn't hit the ban list, but one of them is going to, because Scapegoat's overpowered, especially for bringing Firewall out, or Firewall just will stop loads of loops indoors against Trickstars, or it stops loops with, what else does it stop loops with? Maybe, I can't remember, maybe it was Go Keys? I think you can do a loop with it, but anyway, straight into the traps. We're going to play triple Magician's Navigation, nothing changes with this ratio. Obviously you can special summon a Dark Magician from your hand, then special summon a level 7 or lower spellcaster monster from your deck. Triple Eternal Soul doesn't change. Again, you could take 1 away and you could basically recycle with Mana Dragon Zernatron, but it all depends on your plays. I actually play some battle traps in this deck. I throw a lot of people off because you have a lot of hand traps and negation in the game, but people seem to forget about mirror forces. So if you got a lot of attack power on the board, Go Keys have no chance, Sky Strikers have no chance. Anything with a lot of monsters on the board, there is nothing your opponent can really do to stop this, because it says return, it doesn't target. So when your opponent's monster declares an attack, return all attack position monsters your opponent controls to their hand. All their extra deck monsters go back to their extra deck, obviously. So it's a fantastic card. Storming Mirror Force is still broken. Then I play 2 Solemn Strikes for negation. And I also play the God card, which is Skill Drain. Skill Drain is incredible. You pay 1,000 life points. As long as this card remains face up on the field, negate the effects of all face up effect monsters on the field. Fantastic card. It stops so much. Then I play a little bit of spicy tech of my deck. So Eradicator Epidemic Virus. Tribute 1 dark monster with 2,500 more attack, i.e. it would be Dark Magician. Declare 1 type of card, spell or trap, look at your opponent's hand, all spells and traps they control, and all cards they draw, and then after the 3rd turn after this card's activation, and destroy all cards of that type. So you essentially want to pick spell cards most of the time. That's what I usually choose. I always pick spells. Your opponent destroys all spells from their hand and from the deck for 3 turns. It's more than enough and more than essential. Last 2 cards that I play, 1 Metaverse. So I was talking about 1 Terraforming. I played just the 1 Metaverse right here because you can't be drolled on it. So basically you take 1 field spell from your deck, you either put it in your hand or you set it to your field. It's fantastic. I love that card. And then Dark Renewal for my final card in the deck, because when your opponent normal or special summons a monster, target 1 of those monsters and 1 spellcaster monster you control, send both to the graveyard. Then you can special summon 1 dark spellcaster type monster from your deck or graveyard. Dark Renewal is a really good card. It was fantastic in the TV show also. And then finally we're going to go into our extra deck. Nothing has really changed in the extra deck. I'm not playing anything different. So we start with the 1 fusion, which is Dark Magician the Dragon Knight. Fantastic combo, loops to the game with this and Eternal Soul because your opponent cannot target anything. Then we play the Link monsters, you know, the usual, the Firewall Dragon, the one So You Just Goldred, the 1 Decode Talker, Trigate Wizard I've added to the deck, and then we've got some Nightmare cards that I want to play in the deck. So 1 Nightmare Phoenix, 1 Nightmare Goblin, Nightmare Unicorn, and Nightmare Griffin to round off your Nightmare plays. Last but not least, the last 2, I will play Proxy Dragon and a Link Spider just in case, because we have Galaxy Tomahawk in the deck, so we can go into any of these at any time. There's Galaxy Tomahawk. This brings out Firewall Dragon also. It brings out all your high level Link plays. It's such a good card, really worth running in the deck. I then play one Ebon Illusion Magician. I would take a Link Spider out and put a second one of these in because it's just essentially a Spellcaster and a Banisher. And then all effects for Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. Basically what he does, any effect that activates, you inflict 500 damage to your opponent. And then your Change of Heart of the deck, which is number 11 Big Eye, you detach. And then basically take control of one of your opponent's monsters. It does target, so be careful when reading this effect. Please make sure that you are reading your cards. And that's my deck profile for Dark Magicians. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. Click on the notification bell so you know when I am uploading a video and you'll never miss an upload from me. Thank you very much for watching everyone. YuGiOh Penguin signing out.